ruck pressure on a good kick chase to then keep field positions. They're creeping their way back into this game. I think a smart kicking into the corners has done them very well so far this second half.
Hutchinson brings it away. James, Scott Young, Smith. Dingwall, Furbank had the ball knocked away, and Lawrence chases. Lawrence gathers, scores. A little bit of confusion in the Northampton ranks. Ollie Lawrence skates through.
Regathered by Blue scored.
And they've got the fourth.
Agreed.
They've got the bonus point.
Will Butt offload. Oh, I think that's the one that unlocks this. He gets up on his feet. Right hand is not the best offload, but he doesn't touch Ollie Lawrence's hands and knocks it on. It touches his feet. I think Will Butt has been great. Makes that tackle, he gets back up on his feet, gets back in the game. Strong enough to stay up and get that offload away. They've just got some more offloads away, just to open up that defensive.
Give the players a chance.
He's certainly done that, but Halfpenny's underneath it. O'Flaherty's there to meet him.
And I often feel when you get into this type of ping pong where it's box kick, receive, box kick, receive.
Passed on where they'd like this ball targeted.
Advantage, 17.
To Ben Bamber at the front.
It's a free kick advantage,
Working hard on this move, keeping close to each other. No seams for Saracens to burst through. No way they can stop this ball going over the line. That was watertight. All those hard bruising hours on the training pitch up at Carrington, up in Lynn sometimes, perfecting that, earning 5 points here in North London.
Very, very nice, very nicely done. Uncontested ball, Saracens stay down, but if you look, they've got two guys on this side, Saracens, who are quite high. They're kind of working around the outside. That does no damage to Sale at all. It's okay to have one guy on the outside, keeping his eyes open, doing his best. You need everyone else inside, underneath, heads in, giving themselves cauliflower ears. Sale want Saracens to be high. They want them to be on the outside.
Scored by that man, and Jack Walker will get them going again.
In or out?
Second fastest try of the season. It's a slow, studied walk to the line out. A lot of movement from Kenningham, who is the target. And again, Walker tucking himself in amongst those white shirts and green shorts, and he still has it.
He's come through the seam once.
Well, that's the work of a Yogan who came through the seam. You heard Matthew Carley tell us so, and Yanu gives it away. Over the top from Evans to Smith. Oh, sparkling feet. A flash of footwear, and Marcus Smith was through.
So I think Quins deserved that. I don't think he was through the seam. I thought you could see Ernie Herbs was complaining. He was coming around the outside of Yogan.
It's all clear.
So if they didn't get anything then, you imagine the Quins would have been quite annoyed with that. But Smith now, he just floats off that past the left-hand side. Fantastic left foot step back in. I think it was Freeman, he had his one-on-one. Yeah, go for that ball, go for the breakdown, and it just stops that continuity that Saints are looking for.
It's a lovely throw from Walker, rifled towards the tail of the line-out and opening up this space that he can try to exploit again. So many options for Harlequins, so many white shirts, hooked over the top, taken by Smith, he has two. '26th minute, we've had 5 tries.
It's not very often you get such a good young group of players coming through together.
Another good carry from Arnold there. He's going to be key. I think that would have been what they spoke about at half-time. Steve Diamond saying about the lack of direction, the lack of go forward, playing wide. They've changed that philosophy. They're going route one down the middle as they start to play with Sammy Arnold.
Yeah, if you're Leicester here, you're not in any rush. Spend the next 2-3 minutes down here happily. Go through the phases.
Paul's a little bit compromised there. Now they get it to the back. Just pass it back to Clare.
Use it.
Leicester have to play. Van Poortvliet probing the short sides, looking for supports. Stewart took it very close. Clare pops it off the deck. A lot of big pieces of kit waiting. George Martin tumbles to within 1 metre. There's the leg drive, there's the spin. Clare waits. Dan Cole gets up to his feet. They go for the line and they're over again.
George Martin.
It is big George Martin, minus his scrum cap, but playing with all the fury and ferocity of Michael Cheika's Tigers.
It's one of those finishes where if you can get to the line, doesn't matter if you stop, if you have the sort of strength that Martin, or we often see the props very good at this, where they almost just use that extension of the body to get themselves over. Good carry from Stewart initially to get them close.
Redpath again involved in the link play. Exhausting passes, this one. In the 76th minute, Ted Hill into the 22, carried up by Van Veek. Russell shapes inside, feeds Stewart on the outside.
Look, clear release first, please, thank you.
All credit to this Bristol defending. It has been magnificent all game. They've come up trumps in really testing moments. Now then, space on the outside. Lawrence skipping clear. Ollie Lawrence for Bath. That's 1 point in the bag. The try bonus points. It might be a stretch to think they could get on and win it from here, but they could get within 7 at least and pick up bonus point number 2.
Eventually, Bath break down. Bristol had to be around the outside. This pass from Finn Russell, he just at that little double pump, he just sticks George Kloska in that outside channel. The big fella, he don't want to be out there. Too much space for the big boys out there. But that little pump here from Finn Russell, that just sticks Kloska there. You see him sort of get caught treading water. Rich Lane bites it.
Race against Sale here last week. Not the cleanest of line outs, and some mopping up to be done for Tom Willis.
Okay, using that piece. Okay, let go once he's kicked it. Let go once. Thanks.
It's hanging awkwardly. Tricky one for Hodge. Couldn't cling on to it. Saracens have regathered it and they've got some space on this short side. Elliott explodes into the space, releases Earl. That'll be a job done. No chase required. 2 men combining quite beautifully, both with express pace. Earl the finisher, Elliott this time the provider.
Well, you might think this is a simple gift for Saracens, but you create your own luck. Watch Nick Ezekwe here changing side and getting his details right. So he changes to the other side. He's already on the hoof. The ball bounces to that side. He's the first to react to it. He could have been lazy and stayed on the blind side. He gets the ball back, and once they've got the ball back, all those players from the touchline have had to drift in and try and compete with Ezekwe at the breakdown. That leaves the space on the outside. If you give it to Ben Earl, it's as good as giving it to a winger in that position. He's going to finish.
Afterwards, they just keep on grabbing everyone around them.
And full advantage taken of the Hammersley yellow.
That's good control from Elliott as well.
Well, the noise and the lights of Welford Road as Saints go a-searching once more. Is this the moment? Maybe. Freeman up to the line. Finally, in the 81st minute, Saints score the try. And that'll hurt Leicester. They'll have been looking to keep them out, but eventually the score that Saints have been threatening for so long.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of the icing off, won't it? But lovely play, wrap around, great angle, takes the ball from behind him, and he's got so much power, Freeman. A wonderful angle. Does he get there? Oh, he's lost it. It's been punched out. Does he get it back?
No.
Oh.
Wow, that has to be a try.
Yeah.
Does he keep hold of the ball, though? Does he ever lose contact with his left arm?
Well, there's separation, isn't there?
Oh, well, if this one...
So looking to find that killer touch early on here. Angus Scott Young to the skies. And away they come through Hendy. There's an injury. Down on the ground, 5 metres away. Surge from Pollock. Scott Young again on the ball. James searching for it. Sale have slowed it up. Davison on the carry. Bounce his way through the contact.
They lost Finn Smith for a second. He had to go in and clear out on Davison, so they've just lost a bit of their structure.
Smith dabs it onwards, Freeman's after it, and back goes Sale.
I'll have to check whether it was grounded first. The referee's assistant is happy that it wasn't by the defender.
It's been knocked backwards by Orange and then grounded by Green. If you need more time, please let me know, Kitty.
Really nice change of direction late, and then beautifully weighted kick, puts pressure on. He misses it, doesn't he? And then in sliding over, he has the wherewithal to stay alive and get his hand out. That's a...
Aaron Andrews leaps highest for the Sharks, and Cowan Dickey, who's so lethal from this sort of range, rumbles to the line, and Sale have one back.
It's a really good drive. Northampton will be devastated with their... Just watch the set here, how easy it is. Really good timing, they're straight in on the ball. Cowan Dickey's low. Angus Scott Young gets lost round the corner a bit, but they've got bodies in there. Northampton, they just don't do a good enough job of stopping it initially. And then in come the big...
Cunningham rumbles on. Platform set deep in the 22, playing with an advantage here, Harlequins as well. Smith, oof, change of plan. Oh, Eastgrove's got it. And that's a score on debut for the Argentine, who will be welcomed with open arms in these parts.
Position. And when you kick to a sevens player who's used to these sort of cross-field kicks all the time, he's got to be the favourite moving forward onto it, hasn't he?
Englefield, Rapava Ruskin. Leicester have got to be squeaky clean this close to their posts. Englefield, it went beyond him, and it's brilliantly taken by Atkinson. Off he goes, and...
Quins controlling things for now. 2 minutes and in possession.
What's come out? That came out.
Tricky for Chisholm. Had the wherewithal to release it and then pick it up again. And the space opening up here for Kerr. He's got MURLEY for company. Drops it forwards and MURLEY will score! What a finish from Quins. Danny Kerr with the little kick through, and the telepathy with the skipper. Bang on.
It's brilliant from Danny Kerr, because he knows he's not got the pace, but he also knows that the pass inside to MURLEY's not on. And because he's not quick enough, MURLEY can't go to the jet shoes quite quickly enough, so he drops it onto his toe, running at full tilt. Perfect weight on the kick, and MURLEY can accelerate away from his cover. Under pressure
by Fizzolau, and it's fallen for Muir, and he's got around the outside of Beckinsale, and on the inside is Spencer, and Spencer is hurtling to the line. Great step. Will the momentum take him there? Not quite.
Watch Spencer on the inside there. He's working so hard to get that inside pass. I thought it was such good line from him. Nines all do that.
Pepper, quick ball, firing around the corner. Fired back just as venomously. Thokina takes matters into his own hands. This is done, his third carry of this set. Bath incredibly well coached. Ruthlessly patient. Barbary picked it and then got caught by McDonald, handing it back. Van Fake laying it back for Barbary again. Barbary must have carried this ball 5 times in the past minute. Spencer, now a little bit more width. Lawrence, route one. Spencer again. Penalty advantage to Bath. Penalty at worst for Bath. Francois Van Fake, Ollie Lawrence, still just can't quite do it. Stewart! There's the try. His first in more than 2 years. And it's a biggie. Splintering that stout, stubborn Newcastle defence. A grimace on the face of Murray McCallum. Bath will lead at half-time.
They were made to work so hard for that, weren't they? I probably went through 23 phases, and in the end, just too much power, close to the line. One of the guys you'd want, low centre of gravity, Will Stewart, round the corner. I thought they'd overdone it for a time there. They kept it too close. They then went outside. They mixed it.
Big ball carrier, low centre of gravity, and then the pass is to release. Stewart halfway through, fully through goes Hassel-Collins.
It's fair to say Hassel-Collins didn't quite hit his stride when he first joined Leicester from Irish, but boy, is he in try-scoring form now, really enjoying.
Stony-faced as he looked on, listening to Phil Dowson's half-time shellacking. Litchfield, oh, he's got some space there, gone beyond Sinti. Not very often Saints have punctured Saracens' defence so far. Twice.
Tackle!
Mitchell, Langdon. Smith, oh, and then the half break from Pearson.
Advantage.
Oh, Fraser Balmain is down with a very
Number 7.
poorly looking right shoulder. Meantime, Northampton looking to cheer themselves up. Mitchell held on to it, got snaffled by Juan Martin Gonzalez.
We've still got advantage.
This is Pearson. We're going to have a chat with Rob Webber, part of Saracens' coaching team, in a minute or two. Meantime, Freeman dancing his way through. Need magic, get magic. The magic man, Tommy Freeman. Much more of that needed, please, if you're from Northampton. Against Stade Francais. And now one here. Bouncing ball. McFarlane with glue on his fingers.
Yeah, thinking that.
Toje wrestling for the ball, doing just enough.
You missed the ball, you missed the ball. You okay? And use it, please.
Well, Nabanua went in. Didn't come away with it. Coles wasn't far away. Hendy gathers ball and a couple of Saracens simultaneously. Mitchell. Dingwall. Here's slight home into Langdon, but that one was fine. On we go.
Tackle!
Theo McFarlane was down momentarily for some medical treatment, but he's back on his feet now, and the work again defensively of Lazowski, hassling, harrowing, and then Willis, and flying through Ben Earl. We were wondering about Saracens a few minutes ago, we're not wondering about them anymore.
Well, it ended up being passing the hot potato, doesn't it? Patter cake stuff from Northampton that's cost them. No one really got hold of the ball, carried it forward. When it breaks down, you can't try and work your way out of it. Tapped on by Finn Smith. And then when you get into this position, talked about broken field attack. Tom Willis with a brilliant short ball to Ben Earl.
No, I was in line with it, it's not clear.
I wonder if it was forward, they said it's not clear.
Back from injury, Rafi Quirk, and back scoring tries. Taken by Bates. Stephen Aulango, while we're talking injuries, his torn calf will decide who scored more tries than anyone off first phase possession. Get this, well, at least they should have done. But there's the first lineup they've lost tonight, and it was a big one. And it was impressively Joe Owen who got there first of all. Ravovo takes it in. Worsley quickly, but just count the orange shirts.
And use it.
Sam Bedlow, former Bristolian, amongst them. Two props doing what they can to slow things down. Rod and a poker for Jaw. Randall to Harding. Harding, oh, given away in more ways than one. And Ben Curry with the score. And those rock and roll showbiz passes that were lighting up Welford Road a week ago accosting Bristol tonight, and you're tempted to think that that's that.
How well does he read this? Look, you just see him. He knows where the ball's going out, and he steps back in onto the pass. That is a great defensive read.
Leicester will feel they have to take advantage of this now.
Short and low to Henderson, it's loose. Dombrandt has it. Here's Kenningham. This is where Harlequins are so dangerous. Another show of the ball and he's gone. And he's released MURLEY. One man to beat round the outside of Stewards. Caden MURLEY for Harlequins. They've gone 90 metres. One swift strike.
Length of the field all comes from that line-out ball. Poor security from Leicester in their transfer. And as the ball spills out, Kenningham reacts the quickest, having given away the penalty. Boy, does he make up for it. There's the transfer, gets a nudge in the back. Cam Henderson loses the ball. The ball spills out, Dombrandt's already there. Leicester might just question whether he's onside, actually. But then Kenningham timing the pass perfect, gives a one-on-one for MURLEY against Stewart. And MURLEY's always going to have that extra pace. Too much room, and Stewart can't get a finger on him.
I was really hoping we were going to have one of these today. Really, Stewart.
Set! Steady, steady! Nah, let's go, let's go.
Northampton whip around to the left and Finn Smith gets rid of Stewart. Henry Pollock on the rampage. Deep into the 22. Wasn't held. It's like trying to tackle a tornado. Here's Coles on the spin, looking for his second. Northampton starting this game with real fury, and they have their second try.
It's an attacking dream, because the 17-metre short side means that you get two options, two legitimate options, and Finn Smith chose the right one. As the scrum wheels, he chooses this short side. Again, poor tackle, poor defence.
Stewart under massive pressure, could only eke out a few metres.
Fair enough, Cap.
And Northampton on the charge for what would be a blistering bonus point score. Inside 15 minutes, there's Freeman. Luke Pearce running a dummy line. Mitchell to Litchfield. Northampton playing with such pizzazz, and then losing it at the crucial moment. But they had a penalty. Newcastle are offside. And Mitchell not hanging around. Mitchell's in. Newcastle stupefied. Northampton rampant. A 14.5-minute bonus point. The champions announced their return.
We saw him do it twice there. Mitchell comes back to the short side and actually gets caught with the ball. But just because he's so good at what he does, he goes for it.
Not significantly enough, however, to dislodge possession. So Slade off the left boot.
Kick.
That is a wonderful kick on the bounce and taken by Tommy Wyatt, and Wyatt scores.
Slade's vision's great, the kick is absolutely perfect.
I mean, the big question for Leicester, Ben, is where's the pendulum?
Tom Dunn up to the line, just short. What of Reed? Will he give it? Will he go? He gives it to Barbary. And Northampton with some reorganising to do in defence, with some fresh bodies down there, but on red alert to Barno. Picked up by Maloney. Lawrence waits with interest, but it never needs to go that far. It is Will Stewart. And it is the Kings of the second half who are doing second half things already.
Quite often when you're picking and going the same direction, the defence almost go into autopilot and just fold around the far side. See it as a race. Look, they're getting called around. Augustus is calling them round. And every time it happens, the defenders,
okay, that's fine. You've got time to
away from whom the game is moving, race around the back. You see Davison's done it there. Tarek Hafar, Curtis Langdon's hedging his bets. Actually really, well, perfectly clever of Will Stewart to recognise that Saints were keen to...